Hey there everybody, in this video I'm going to walk you through the steps of creating your own WordPress site. I know a lot of you have already gotten started, so this will be a good reference for you. If you get stuck or get confused, you can turn back to this video. That will hopefully help you sort of get past the stuckness. So as you can see on my screen right now, this is what a lot of you will see when you log into WordPress, right? This is what's called your reader. It shows you any site, other WordPress blog that you are subscribed to. In order to create a new site, you first want to start by going to My Sites up here in the top left-hand corner. Click that. All right, and then you can see that our class website has come up here. I need to go to Switch Site, and then you can see I've got a lot of WordPress sites because I use them for my classes all the time. I'm going to scroll all the way down, see this, click this here at the bottom, Add New Site. Okay, and I'm going to make the site that I'm going to use for one of the classes I'm teaching in the fall, which is, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to click Continue. And this is the part where WordPress is going to try to trick you into giving them money, which you absolutely don't need to do. So just in the next couple of pages, just make sure that you keep clicking the free option. And yes, WordPress will try to make it look like there is not a free option sometimes, but just keep looking, it'll be there. All right, so I'm going to click Stories from Home 21 at WordPress.com, click Continue. All right, and at this point you can choose a design. Frankly, at this stage they don't show you all the options that you're going to have when you pick a design, which is also called a theme. So I'm just going to pick one for now. Yeah, this looks nice, and I'll talk to you more about choosing a good theme later on. Okay. Once again, you can edit it at this point. I actually suggest that you just kind of push through this stage. It's actually easier to edit it later. But if you want, you can play around with how this allows you to change fonts, all that sort of stuff. That one's kind of nice. Maybe that one. Maybe that one. Yeah, that's good. All right, continue. Okay, and then here's where you can click and pick if you want certain other upgrades. I suggest skip for now. All right, once again, trying to trick you into paying. Scroll all the way down, $0, that's the one we want. Click Select. All right, so now it has you in a place where you can edit the home page of your site. I'm actually going to show you how to navigate away from this so that you can get into the section that allows you to do more in terms of setting up your site the way you want it. So click this WordPress editor up here, go to your dashboard. All right, and then if you look over in this left-hand menu, if you hover over Appearance, you'll see Themes. And this will give you more options in terms of what theme you want to use for your site. So if I click Show All Themes, now I can actually search according to different things that I want. So I want free themes, and there's one particular theme that I really like to use for my classes called Dyad 2. And I'm going to pick that one. Now, you might be thinking like, okay, Annie, this is all well and good, but how do I actually pick one? So a couple things you're looking for when you're picking a theme. One, just sort of the overall look. You can obviously change any photos or fonts that you see in a theme, but the sort of overall feel, some of the graphic design elements, for example, this like square around the title here, the way that the pictures are laid out here, the size of the font, those sorts of structural elements are the things you're looking for. For example, I like Dyad 2 because it's one of the only themes for a class that has that sort of tiled look where you can see everybody's posts in these little thumbnails all at once, which I think for a class works really well. So if some themes you have a more static homepage where you click links. Some themes you have a blog homepage where you scroll down to see all the different posts. So what you're looking for are some of those, graphic design elements that you like the look of them, but also then the overall structure of the theme. And to see the detail for any theme, you can just click into it, and this allows you to sort of open a demo, play around with it, see what it looks like, all that sort of stuff. I'm gonna go back because I know I want this one. All right, and when you find a theme that you like. Just click Activate this design. All right, and then this little thing will pop up. Click Customize Site. Okay, and this customizer will pop up. All right, the first thing I want you to notice is these little blue buttons. This is a sign that you can edit there. So for example, say this is the sort of, what's the domain of my site, but I don't really want it to look like that. I don't think it looks very nice. So I'm actually going to edit that, which it's for some reason not letting me do. Come on. There we go. Maybe. All right. Edit. For some reason, it is not wanting me to do that right now. I'm not quite sure why, but that's okay. So for example, I can click here to edit the header image, and I can either upload one of the ones that they've got already put in here, or I can add a new image. I'm going to add a new image. Select files. Okay. And I often keep a folder full of files that I like to use. These are all, frankly, files that I got off of Unsplash. So that is one of the sites that I really recommend that you use if you're going to use stock photos. They have a lot of open source and otherwise not subject to copyright, high quality images that you can use. All right. I'm not actually seeing the ones I want in there. So for now, I'm just going to hit cancel. I'm going to look at my media library. I'm just going to pick one out of there. Oh, this only has the media from this theme. Okay, so I'm just going to pick, which one? This one's good for now. All right, there we go. All right, so I'm going to hit Save Changes. I'm going to click out of this. If you ever find yourself here where you're like, oh man, wait, how do I get back? You just go to Appearance, Customize, and it'll take you back to this sort of corner of the site that allows you to edit what your site looks like really easily. So for example, I'm going to go to Site Identity. I would rather this not look like that. I would rather it look like this. There we go. There we go. All right, and now I'm also going to go back here. I can switch up the fonts, as you can see. So for example, say, I don't mind the fonts that it's got, but I'm also a sucker for Garamond because, yeah, I'm that kind of person. So maybe I'll do that. Then I can also change the base font. Maybe we'll do this. Okay, so see, so you can edit pretty much anything you want here. For the menu, and this is one of the ones that's going to be the most important. So when it says menu, it's talking about these buttons that appear at the top that your viewer can click, and it can take them to various pages or posts that you have in your site. So for example, say I want to edit the primary menu. So I can, from here, whoops, that's not what I meant. I can click Add Items, and when I have posts or pages under here, I'll be able to add them. So for example, I can add a new page, like reading schedule, add syllabus, add, let's see, what else might I need? And then what's also interesting is that I can also have it so that, you know, in posts, you can put a tag, a hashtag, right? That will allow someone to view all the posts with that tag. So for example, when I post a new blog post prompt, I always use the tag blog prompt. So I can go in here and I would be able to click the tag blog prompt, and then when a student clicked that thing in the menu, it would pull up all the posts that had that tag, right? That's getting a little bit ahead of ourselves, but that's the sort of thing you can do. You can also link to individual posts, right? But this is good for now. You'll see that I can also reorder these things, so I kind of want syllabus to go first. Reading schedule is good after that. All right, there we go. So now my menu is the way I want it. I'm going to click Save Changes again. So see, now we have these handy-dandy links across the top. All right. Okay, so other things you can edit. I've showed you how to edit the site identity. You can also edit colors and backgrounds. This can get a little bit tricky because it's hard to pick colors that look good together, but you definitely can. So for example, I can click Match Header Image, and that'll come up, pull a bunch of colors from the header image that I've selected. and sort of mimic that across the site, that can give your site a really nice cohesive look. So if you have a header image, that's a good way to go. You can also just use one of these sort of preset ones that they've had created, and then you can also create your own if you would like. But I liked the way match header image looked, so I'm gonna keep that. All right. Content options, you don't have to worry about this too much. I generally don't edit anything in here, so I would leave that as it is. Widgets, you also don't really need to worry about. Homepage settings. Okay, this one is like, where does the person land when they just go to your site? And I really want them, instead of going to a static site, I want them to go to your latest posts. So this essentially means that when a student comes to my page, they'll see the tiles of all the posts people have put up instead of one static homepage, and that's the way I want it. So I'm going to do that. And then the rest of this I don't really have to worry about. So I'm going to click Save Changes. And there we go. The outline, the sort of shell of my site is basically done. And now by clicking into these various pages, I can edit this page, the way that you guys have been editing pages and posts this whole time in this class. And as this pulls up, I'll just remind you of the basics here. So you can do things like add text. If you want to add an image, for example, you can just click this up here, and you can click any of these sorts of formats, whether that's a table or a list, or you can have a quote that appears in sort of big, bolder font. You can include an image, gallery, all that sort of stuff. So that's just the basics there. Hopefully this will be useful to you guys as you are working on your WordPress sites. Feel free to obviously email me if you have any questions.